Okay guys, this is just going to be a quick little video on how I made that wooden mold for the silver casting video for the part 1. I get a lot of people asking me to make a video on how I made that mold. So I'm just going to do it here real quick for you, show you how I put it together. Excuse me, it's not very hard. This is just some 1x2 lumber. That's 1.5 inches wide by 3/4 inch thick. You can get this in 8-foot lengths at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. It's like $2 for an 8-foot length. And this is just a scrap piece of whatever. This is actually a board that I split in the palm break video. But anyways, so I'm working with 3/4 inch thick lumber. Use whatever size you need. Basically what I did was I cut the ends off. This is going to be the width of the bar, because all I'm going to do is take these pieces that I cut off the end and turn them sideways, just like this, and put it together like that. That's basically the outline of your mold. Now if you want it smaller or whatever, move them in. Get them whatever size you want. And what I did was glued that all together. Just stuck a clamp on there real quick, let it dry, and once that was dry, I took this whole piece and glued it right to the bottom piece. So that's gonna give you your mold right there. So you can pour your silver in there. You can screw this down or nail it down if you don't want to glue it. Molds that I made after the one in that first video, I did just skip the glue and just screw these pieces down to the bottom piece. Depending on how wide these side pieces are, you may have to glue them, because if you try and drive a nail in there or a screw, even if you pre-drill it, it's probably going to split if it's, you know, like a 1/2 inch wide or something. So that's basically the concept that I used to make that mold for the part 1 video. It's just a simple frame glued onto a bottom piece, and that's the mold cavity right there. So hopefully that clears it up for everybody. It's not hard to do. Just find some scrap lumber. This is 3/4 thick, so that's the maximum that the bar is going to be able to be as far as thickness goes. If you want to, you could do it up like this. Just turn these pieces up on end if you needed to make a thicker bar, and just glue that down. You know, whatever size you need, just screw it all together, glue it, nail it, whatever you need to do. Here's another thing you could try real quick. I've never actually done this, but I've heard that it works pretty well. If you have some scrap pieces of drywall laying around, you can make a mold out of this basically the same way as I just showed you with the wood. I would just cut the drywall with a knife, you know, snap it like you normally do, and then to smooth those edges up, I would use something like that little sander there on the floor. Try and smooth those edges out and straighten them up, and basically just glue it down like you would if you're using the wood to make your mold. Get a couple pieces, get them nice and smooth and straight, and just glue them to the bottom piece of drywall and make your mold cavity out of that. Like I said, I haven't tried it, but heard it works pretty good. I have melted silver on drywall before, and the paper does burn away, but the core, which is actually, you know, just gypsum, remained intact. It didn't burn away or didn't deteriorate or anything. So it would probably work pretty good. So I don't know, maybe something you want to try. If you do try it, let me know how it works.